when we nurture and honor ourselves, we are honoring our children in return. Like it just comes, So we have to start with ourselves. We have to start with loving ourselves,
Yes.
seeing ourselves, for the beautiful beings we are, and these beautiful, females that created these babies, or adopted these babies, or whatever form. Like, you chose this. Like, you are amazing, and you have power just in that.
Yes. And the ancestry of
Yes.
all of your lineage, of all of your mothers that came before you,
Yeah.
that you passed down through, I'd like to believe
In
are
you.
all behind you or in
Encouraging you.
encouraging you.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah, you're a good enough mom.
Yeah. You are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Welcome to Rumina's Story Hour, the positive breastfeeding podcast. Rumina is the Roman goddess of breastfeeding. These are her stories.
Hello and welcome. I am very excited today to introduce you to our latest guest. This is Tracie. She is a longtime friend, colleague, and breastfeeding mama who has a really unique story to tell. We actually, a little story on us, we recorded her story a few weeks back, and I got home and the whole thing was super jumbled and sounded like we were underwater, and it was so good, and we were so disappointed that and then we thought, no, you know what, we just have to record it again. Maybe there's a reason for that. And so we're going to retell the story. So you may hear me refer back to the other time she told her story as we share. So Tracie is the owner of the lactation practice in the Richmond, Virginia area known as Journey Fed. She has been in IBCLC for
15 years.
15 years and a nurse since
2001.
2001, specializing
25 years in pediatrics.
Pediatrics and some maternals too, but some mother infant care as well. But the reason I wanted you all to meet her and hear her story is because her story is so beautiful and unique. And I think really a lot of you are going to find it really special. So, Tracie.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
For real this time.
Yeah, yes. Mics have been tested.
Microphones appear to be working. All channels are open.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Figuratively and spiritually. So,
yes.
So yeah, my story was I was a young mom. I got married after college and started nursing in pediatrics, absolutely loved it. And within a couple years, was pregnant and having babies. And with my first, the only education I had was a few hours I had in nursing school. I wasn't a lactation consultant. I wasn't working in mother infant care. And so when I started breastfeeding, it was really hard. I mean, I remember, me saying to the nurse, like, it really hurts. And she just said, well, it's not supposed to hurt. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then this misinformation out there, I had this young infant who was 37 weeks, 5 pounds, 14 ounces. And so he could not feed for long, just short bursts, tire quickly. And none of that understanding about the appropriate expectations I should have for my specific newborn were provided. And so it was very general, 15 minutes on each side. You need to do this. It shouldn't hurt, blah, blah, blah. And so when I went home and I couldn't get my baby to nurse for long,
that was pretty not scientific.
Correct.
And outdated information.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a shout out to my cousin Jana, who I called her up crying. She had had a baby before me, and she just said, "Oh my goodness." She's from Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
She said, "The moment I started timing and doing that, I got mastitis." She's like,
Oh,
"Just let the baby eat."
yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And it freed me of everything. It was that one message of somebody who gave me, who had my best interest, who knew me, who told me everything I needed to hear to free myself of any rules and guidelines and just trust my baby, that my baby knows what to do.
That is so beautiful.
It was. And everything did go fine. I
Okay.
mean,
Can I interject here
yes,
before you
please.
carry on with the rest?
Mhm.
It reminds me of like you said something just so simple that she said to you
Yeah.
was just feed the baby,
Yes. Yes.
right? Just
Yes.
throw all that out. Tune into the baby, just feed the baby. Just trust the baby, trust your body, trust your baby.
Yes.
I had a pediatrician one time and come into the hospital, and he was very supportive, breastfeeding supportive, and an older gentleman.
Mhm.
And the mom was all over the place with her plan and breastfeeding and pumping and bottle feeding and she's like, he just squarely said to her, do you want to breastfeed? And she's
Yes.
like, yes. And he, like, I think he had a bottle in his hand and he tossed it, like, or the pump part or
Yeah.
something. He picked up like the other thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember him tossing it like in a real,
Like, get
like,
rid of
get
this
rid
stuff.
of this stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you want to breastfeed, then breastfeed.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
what are
do
you
it.
doing? What are you doing all
Yeah.
this other stuff for?
Yeah.
It blew my mind. Well, first of all, that he had the not so like his etiquette was
Yes.
right.
Yes.
But
That
it was
bedside
awesome. And
softness.
I've ended up doing that occasionally and saying that just
Yeah.
in certain situations with kindness and love
Yes.
in certain way. Like,
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? So certain things just stick with you like that. Like, it was eye opening for you to be in the room and presence of that. And now you're able to utilize that for other people. Like, that's a beautiful ripple
right. It's like,
of
well,
his
people say,
wisdom.
I don't want to stop breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Then don't stop
And
breastfeeding.
let's not. Yeah.
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 Okay. On with your story.
So, and let me start by saying I have 4 kids. So, my first, when I was 24 years old, it was my first experience. So I was learning and growing through that baby.
Mm-hmm.
And having a baby transforms you. So your first, it's the biggest. It really is. It is, you
Yes.
are no longer who you were. You transform yourself. And it's not overnight. It's not even during pregnancy. It's not even in the birthing room. It is so many things and
Yeah.
so many layers, and it is gradual, and it's,
Like an evolution
it
or a
is
metamorphosis.
correct. It's why, the caterpillar is also the butterfly,
Yeah.
has to go into the chrysalis and change and morph and
Mhm.
transform and come out renewed and beautiful and fly. Like, that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. And
Mhm.
so that is the beauty of our firstborns. And we are different parents with each child, but with my first, I did learn to trust the baby.
Mhm.
And it was because of my cousin,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
because I didn't like that fear that those guidelines were imposing on me.
Mhm.
It didn't feel right. And she freed me of that. She gave me permission to just accept what you're seeing in your baby. Trust the
Mhm.
basics, the peas and the poops, and how your boob feels before and after a feeding. And
Yes,
like
it's
when they
really
fuss and root, put them
put
on.
them on. It's
Yeah,
not that complicated.
it's not. It's not.
It really isn't.
So, I just, that experience was really good in the beginning because
Mhm.
I really did surrender over to it. And, I would just lay on the couch in the afternoon and we'd both fall asleep nursing. And my husband would come home at, 6 or 7 o'clock and I'd wake up on the couch. And
Mm-hmm.
there was no shame in that. I didn't feel like I needed to do anything in the house or prepare him dinner. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing.
Yes.
Um, and it was a really special time. I'll always remember those days. They were
Yes.
really special.
Yeah.
They were. And nursing didn't last long with that baby,
Mm-hmm.
only till like month 7, I would say. I did
Okay.
start introducing a bottle at like 3 months and
Mm-hmm.
formula because he started sleeping like 12 hours at night, not because of the formula. This was when he was breastfeeding and my supply did go down and I had no idea how to combat that.
Mm-hmm.
I had no understanding of how my body needed to function as a lactating woman, like, keeping that stimulation going.
Yes.
So when I asked my pediatrician, he just said, here's formula.
Right.
And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I wish I had me.
How old is that baby now? Just for some
22.
context. So this was
22.
22 years ago.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
context is necessary. Things are
Yeah.
so different.
So
now.
different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Greatly different. And so my second born was I had already become a mother.
Mm-hmm.
It was just less anxiety, less fear. I knew, okay, I'm not letting this kid sleep through the night at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was just easy peasy. It
Yeah.
really was just letting that baby nurse whenever and chasing around a 3-year-old. And I really learned that like that baby needs to feed when it's good for me and my 3-year-old, like
Yeah.
it was part of that too.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, if we only have 10 minutes here, like then you just get 10 minutes and then we have to go bring, Parker to preschool and then I'll feed you when I get back, just
Yeah.
that flow.
The flow of it.
The flow of it was easy. And that's my mover and groover baby. So she is 19 years old now and a
Mm-hmm.
dancer
Mm-hmm.
and always needed to move. So by 10
Uh-huh.
months that she was done. She was like, I want to,
She said start dancing.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So those were my breastfeeding experiences with my body.
Yeah.
And I found out when I was 30 years old that I am BRCA positive.
Mm-hmm.
I have a significant history of maternal, like breast cancer, fallopian tube cancer, all on the females in my family. So I was BRCA
And that was
positive.
new scientific research at the time.
Very new, very new. And I decided to have a double mastectomy and prevent. All I could see in front of me were my 2 children.
Yes.
And I thought if I have the opportunity to prevent this, because I felt in my body, I know I will get cancer. Like
Uh-huh.
I didn't even need the diagnostics because of how many women in my family had died or been treated for breast cancer.
Yes.
So that was a pretty quick and easy decision for me. And then within a couple years, we were having another baby and
Uh-huh.
I was now a lactation consultant at this point and
Yep.
I thought, oh my goodness, this is interesting. I'm a
Uh-huh.
lactation consultant and I can't breastfeed my baby.
Uh-huh.
Like, what do I do? And
Mm-hmm.
I decided, and throughout my breast cancer prevention journey, I had gone through, getting rid of toxins in my home, looking at the food that I buy and what I eat. And so through that journey, that just kind of brought human milk into the forefront for my newborn. And so that was still very important to me, even though I couldn't breastfeed.
Yes.
So I thought, so now this is, 15 years ago. If I'm going to have this baby in the hospital, I want my baby to have breast milk.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do this? This was before there was really donor milk in the hospitals.
I remember. Mm-hmm.
Right. And they're there now. But still, do you need a prescription for it, or like, can anybody get donor milk in the hospital now?
Yes.
That's good.
At our particular hospital, yes.
Okay. So I thought, let me buy some. Now, this is not an economical way to feed your baby donor milk. It was about $5 an ounce. And I was like, let me just get enough for the first week to get through the hospital stay.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And
this was from a milk bank?
this was from a milk bank in North Carolina, correct?
Okay.
And they shipped it to me frozen and had it all prepared, brought it to the hospital. I knew exactly what I was, going to do. I had a full-term infant, so there were no risk factors of anything. This was pasteurized donor milk.
Mm-hmm.
So really there was no red tape should have been across any of it.
Uh-huh.
And I had a wonderful labor, and within, 2 hours of my delivery, the neonatologist came in. And she had done the assessment on my baby, and the first words out of her mouth were, you shouldn't feel guilty that you can't breastfeed.
Wow.
And it kind of just like, I didn't know, I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. First of all, I was still like euphoric and high from birth.
Uh-huh.
And I can pull back the lens now. I'm wiser, I'm older, and see she meant no harm in it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, it was a jolt.
Yeah.
It was a jolt to me.
Yeah.
And I know now my offense was not that I was guilty. I didn't make that choice because I felt guilty.
No. It was very presumptuous of her.
Yes, it was. It was. And I know that wasn't her intention, but it felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it never feels good to not be seen either. you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I know now what bothered me the most was that she didn't see the power I had as a mother to make an informed decision that's right for my baby. And so I was actually really grateful that I came with the donor milk.
Uh-huh.
And I still couldn't believe that I had to explain myself.
Right. Right.
Because then I heard it the next day from the next
Uh-huh.
who went over all the risk factors. And I was just like, but my baby has none of those risk factors.
Right.
And the pasteurized milk has none of those risk factors. Well, yeah, but I just want to make sure you know. And it's like, I'm well aware.
Yeah. This must sound really, to people that we give donor milk every day in hospitals all across the United States. And I'm
Right.
sure that happens in other countries as well.
Right.
To kind of hear the fight you had to have just to give milk from a milk bank to your baby.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes.
It's really crazy. It reminds me when I had my first baby and we were in the hospital, I had to have a doctor's order written saying I could keep my baby with me in my room, could room in with my baby.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm not lying.
Carrie.
Yeah. They made me get the pediatrician writing a doctor's note saying I was allowed to keep my own child.
Oh my goodness.
I am a fierce advocate for rooming in.
Right. Yes. And hands
but yeah,
knowledge.
So those things are so unfortunate. But
they are, and they happen, and I'm sure I've
and a lot of
said
times
stuff too.
Good meaning behind it.
Exactly. I know she didn't. I know we don't know when we cause harm like that. Like I've been a patient multiple times, and I'm also a provider.
Mm-hmm.
So to be on both sides, like, I don't know. I know I've said things that have hurt people too.
Sure.
We don't mean it. And I know she didn't mean it.
Yeah.
She didn't expect me, 15 years later to still be talking about
got it on a podcast.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But
we're so vulnerable at that period of time.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like those slights
Yes.
just really sink in because
Yeah.
we're just really
It's
hyper
a really
aware.
jolt to the nervous system.
Yeah, we're so vulnerable.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So raw. But you know, I think that was also a good lesson for me as a provider too.
Yeah.
Your words matter.
Tread lightly.
Yep. Your posture matters, your kindness, your loving, you're seeing people for who they are. It matters more than anything else, really.
Yeah. This work requires a lot of like self-regulation
Yes.
before you go into a room.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you're really handling
You're there to, yeah. You're there
somebody
to
very
serve the mother.
in a real vulnerable and fragile state
Yeah.
often. Yeah.
Exactly. But you know, so my goal with that baby was to get her as much human milk as I could and supplement with formula as needed. So I just called all of my female warriors and said, like, if you know anybody that has extra milk, I would love to feed it to my baby. And so I didn't go anywhere without a freezer in my trunk.
Like a cooler?
A cooler. And just some days I would have like no milk and I would just pray like, Lord, please, I would love some more milk. Like if you could find a woman out there. And inevitably somebody would text me or call and say, hey, I have a friend of a friend. And so there were strangers that would donate. It was just the most beautiful provision. And I felt so blessed. I still would have dreams, you know, that I could breastfeed. Like, and in my dream, I knew I couldn't breastfeed, but I would be trying and I would be like looking down at the baby and I'd be like, well, maybe there's just a little bit in there, you know?
Oh, wow.
I still would go through those things because we should never bypass our feelings. Like I was certainly hoped that I, you know, could have, but I wasn't going to stay in that space. I was going to, well, let me focus what I can do and the blessings of these women. So it was just such a wonderful provision of other mothers who spent so much energy and time
collecting
emptying milk from their breasts, storing it away, making the effort to
and to get it
with
to you.
me. Yeah. It was really beautiful.
It reminds me of the phenomenon of letdown, that we can be in a grocery store without our child and hear somebody else's baby cry and our milk lets down.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like they heard your cry, your need.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And they're so and how kind and generous people are with their
love, how much
with their love
there is out there.
And it's like love in liquid form.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Literally.
Yes. Literally, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because the hormone oxytocin is the love
Is
hormone.
the love.
And it lets it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there it was for you.
Yeah. Over and over again.
Yeah. This is why I wanted you to be on the podcast. It's such a
it's so beautiful.
It's such a beautiful story.
I know. My only reflection on those times was the provision and the blessings. That's it. Not what I couldn't do. What I was given.
Yeah.
Was provided to me and my baby. And just the love, like, you know.
Yeah.
Just really special. Really special. And then, you know, 4 years later, I had another baby.
Yeah.
And same thing, you know. This time I did it at home. And so I didn't have to deal with any, you know, pasteurized frozen milk from a milk bank. And
great.
My midwife connected me to a mama who was having her fourth as well. And she shared her milk that she starts pumping like the moment the baby comes out because she gets so engorged and it's her only comfort to pump. And she does it for months on end. And she did every day. She pumped, and every single bit she gave to me for at least 6 months.
Wow.
Hmm. It was really incredible.
That's incredible.
I know. I know. So, you know, my experience was unique, and unbelievable blessing. And, the other blessing was, bottle feeding. Like, I loved bottle feeding my baby. Like, I know I, that, breast is best. And you bond with your baby with breastfeeding. You bond with your baby no matter what.
Yes, you do.
You become attuned to your baby no matter what.
Yeah.
So I am so grateful to have learned those skills so that I can impart that knowledge and what I learned through doing, onto, the people that I serve, because it's just as valuable. It's just as important, and it's necessary. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just as necessary. It's not always a choice that women make. It's something they have to do. It's something a baby may need. And I'm grateful to really have both of those skills to provide. And just the knowledge that gosh, you're going to love. I hated when other people wanted to bottle feed my babies. I was just like, "Ugh, okay, fine." And then I would like inevitably like take them and be like, no, you're not holding, like, can't you see
They
need a
need
break.
they need this from
Yes,
me.
like
Yeah,
just
because you were very, very in
attuned.
tune with
Right,
feeding them.
right. As any mom would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, or caregiver, I should say. But I really want to highlight moms right now.
Sure. And I think other people have a drive to bottle feed the baby because it's special for them too.
Yeah,
Right? It's special to feed a child.
yeah,
Special to feed a baby, no
yeah.
matter how.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because of oxytocin, if we want to get
Yes,
scientific about it.
yes. And what a relief to just feed your baby no matter. Like, it just, like when you see them finally relaxed,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, especially if there's breastfeeding challenges and you see like, oh,
Nothing better
God,
than a
look.
milk drunk baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it serves a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. We spoke last time when we recorded about what was unique to our that we did this in 20 years-ish ago,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That let's talk a tiny bit about how it was different from now.
Yeah.
And I said to you last time we tried to record this was like, did we have it golden? Did we
Yes.
have it?
We did.
Was it magnificent? Like,
Yes.
what's happened? It was so
We were so ignorant that because
okay. There were
there
cell
wasn't
phones existed,
correct.
the internet existed,
Cell phones were like flip phones.
but
Like
they were
I
flip
remember like
phones.
the BlackBerry was starting to come out
Yep.
around that
Yep.
time.
Yeah, I didn't have we got our first cell phone during my first pregnancy,
Okay.
and it was a flip phone, and it was
Yeah.
really just to have in case I went into labor.
Right.
Um, but we didn't really use them that much.
Right.
So we didn't there were no apps for that.
No, so information at the fingertips,
Did not exist.
it didn't exist. And it was bliss because you literally just followed the rhythm of your baby, your day.
Yes.
There were a couple books out there,
Yep.
and
There were some good books and some terrible books.
terrible, terrible.
Terrible books.
I started one and I
Mhm.
didn't finish the first chapter, and a neighbor gave it to me,
Yeah.
and I just gave it back, and I said, this really isn't for me.
Yeah.
Um,
But there were there were some good, the attachment parenting
Yeah.
movement was kind of
Yeah.
around, and that was really founded in good bonding science.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Like from millennia.
yes.
Yeah.
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 Trust your body, trust your
Yes.
baby,
Yeah.
be in tune with your baby.
Yes.
And I learned a lot from hippie moms.
I
Like,
never read it.
no, it wasn't a book. No, I'm saying I learned a lot from
yeah.
moms that were hippies.
Yes.
Like kind of
Yeah.
our mutual midwife
Yeah.
and one of her, a doula that was around
Yes.
at that time.
Yes.
And and Ina May Gaskin's
Oh yeah.
book on
Oh yeah.
spiritual midwifery.
Yes.
Um, there were a lot of really good
Yeah.
natural
Yeah.
centered books that were really helpful, and our circle of friends.
Yes, and you know what the theme is to all the books you just named? The theme is they were female stories. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Like they were I hate to use even the word historical, but they were testimonies and
Mhm.
stories of all the varying degrees of how this happens.
Yes.
You know, like that those books always inspired me preparing for labor
Yeah.
to trust my body.
Yeah.
And so they weren't how-to books.
They weren't how-to books.
Right.
Well,
And
no,
so that's what that one was. It was a how-to
yeah,
that I got rid
we
of.
don't need
And
the how-to.
no,
No, we need the
trust.
you trust. You know, breastfeeding has been, if we're talking about mammals, we're talking about millions of years of evolution.
Correct.
Okay. If we're
Correct.
talking about Homo sapiens, we're talking that there's debate about that specifically, but we're looking at about 300,000 years.
Yeah.
Um, and if we look to our closest relatives of the great apes,
Yeah.
right? They've
Yeah.
been around and so this is ancient,
Yes.
and women have nursed forever
Forever.
without an app for that,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And I really worry about moms now. I worry about influence of the internet. There's been some good studies come out recently on the prevalence of predatory commercial marketing,
Yes.
and in the form of apps, in the form of every possible, in all of its forms.
Yes.
And we were talking about that vulnerable state
Yes.
that moms are in, and I worry a lot about it. Keeps me up at night. I'm like, but I don't know. I believe in I believe that the lineage and of motherhood is stronger than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe,
I still see it in my mom's. Like I
yes,
still see that inner wisdom and that instinct. Um and they question it.
yes,
They question it because of what they read or what was
yeah,
marketed or
yes.
and but I still see it, so I know it's still there, you know?
If I can do one thing, whether I can help her get a latch or not is secondary to, can I help her
Trust
trust
yourself.
her own instincts,
Yes.
right? Can
Yes,
I help
Terry.
her believe in herself?
Mhm. Mhm.
That matters more to me and the other stuff matters a lot to me,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah,
But
there's a health
like
aspect. We
the
need
real mission, the
yeah.
real purpose, for lack of better words, is tending to the fire of the goddess, right? To
Yes.
the tending to the maternal internal
Our divine femininity.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
And
the priestess in all of us.
yes.
The well, when we nurture and honor ourselves, we are honoring our children in return. Like it just comes, you know. So we have to start with ourselves. We have to start with loving ourselves, seeing ourselves, you know, for the beautiful beings we are, and these beautiful, you know, females that created these babies, or, you know, or adopted these babies, or, you know, whatever form, like you chose this. Like you are amazing and you have power just in that.
Yes. And the ancestry of
Yes.
all of your lineage, of all of your mothers that came before you, that came, that you passed down through. I'd like to believe are all behind you or in
encouraging
you, encouraging you.
Yeah. Yes.
And yeah, you're a good enough mom.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So it is a lot of, I would say, visits now today with social media. You do have to like, kind of unravel and unwind. Like, let's just see, let's look at your baby.
Yes.
Right now. Like,
yeah.
You know,
let's look at how pink and beautiful their skin is.
Yeah.
And
just the also those vital things, like they're peeing, they're pooping.
Sure.
They're satisfied after they eat. And yeah, they may go back, you know, they may not sleep for longer than 20 minutes right now. And they may need to be held to sleep longer.
Yeah.
And that's
they're learning
really, that's normal.
How to sleep.
That's normal.
And that you co-regulate with each other. Right. So your nervous system is regulated in contact with the baby and vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's so much to do with separation of mother and baby. There's so many people want to separate them. We want to separate their sleep spaces. We want to separate. It's like, that's a whole like driving movement toward that, right? Do you see that all the time? It's like, why are we always trying to separate them?
What is that crazy thing I saw? And it was this like blanket that had a hand that manually patted the baby's butt. I saw it and well, for one, I just saw how dangerous it was, but that's just craziness.
That's nuts.
It's absurd that we need to mimic what a human
does. So let's so are we on the road to just having the robots do it?
I don't think
it's not crazy, right?
It's not
really
crazy.
not. Is AI and the robots going to raise the children? Are we going to grow them in jars and the robots are going to do it? I don't know either.
I don't think that's our destiny. I mean, but I do think it can get worse before it gets better. I do think that's possible. And I think all of this is happening at a time right now for a reason, so that we can fight for our humanity and say, like, no, this isn't okay. I'm so hopeful.
If you're listening, please don't ask ChatGPT how to take care of your child. You don't need the robot.
No.
You don't need the robot to tell you how to be a good mother. No, you don't need the robot to raise your child for you.
I know.
You got this.
I see good mothers every single day, and it has nothing to do with how much milk they make. Nothing. It doesn't have to do with if they co-sleep. It doesn't have to do with if they, you know, baby wear. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It just, just see your baby. Be in awe and wonder and love yourself.
Yeah.
Like, do those things and the rest will fall into place. It does. And slow down. Like, enjoy this time.
I think there's
Slow down. You
I
have the
think
rest of your life to work.
something that was really helpful to me was an older friend. Um, I had made a mistake with the baby. I don't know what it was, the first baby, and I'm crying and I'm called her and I'm like, I did this horrible thing and I
Yeah.
messed the child up for life,
Yes.
right? Like
Oh, yeah.
I
I had
really
those
felt
moments
that way,
too. Yeah.
right? And she
Yep.
just laughed at me and laughed at me. She's like, "Oh, you're going to make a lot more mistakes than that."
Yes. And that really helped,
It
didn't
really
it?
helped.
Yeah.
It's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And it also helped
Oh, we
hearing
learned so
hearing
much
from
through our
that same
mistakes.
friend, like, who had been a school teacher. She said, "Do you know there are so many different types of parents and parenting, and they're all good ways of parenting.
Yeah.
And it's
That's right.
and you and your family get to decide what type of parents you are."
Yeah.
I tell my families that a lot
Yeah.
because it's okay. It's okay. You can be the parent that loves the baby wearing and,
Yeah.
you know,
Or you could be the parent
or
that
you
puts
could
them
be
in
the
the
parent that
nursery
puts them in
first
the
night you get home.
nursery.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of good parents out there.
I
And
know.
there's all kinds of different, and we need all kinds of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
love
know.
this conversation.
I know.
I could talk about this so
I know. We
much,
could.
right?
We could. I mean, it's why we're still doing it. It's just a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah.
I'm in awe and wonder all the time.
Mhm.
It's really, I feel really humbled by the beauty of babies. And oh, I remember what we talked about last time too that I want to share.
Mhm.
Like, they're just like I'm saying, I'm in awe and wonder, but there have been certain times where I feel like, wow, what I just saw was so powerful.
Mhm.
And I want to share one or a couple actually. So I had this mama and she just wanted to talk about returning to work and her pumping routine and how much babies should drink. So she didn't have any breastfeeding challenges at all and needed no help there. So our consult was very just conversational and educational and really great. And we were just sitting there relaxed in her baby's room, and he was just a big boy laying across her lap,
Uh-huh.
and she had her breast out and she's talking to me. She's not even paying attention to her breast. And he's just, laying in her lap, and I'm just across from them watching this. And he gazed off and was looking at something like on the wall, and it
Mhm.
caught his attention, and you could see he was deep in thought. And then he was like, okay, I'm done with that thought. And he just turned over to his boob. And, she felt him turn, but her eyes were on me.
Yeah.
And she just instinctively knew how to move her body to him. And he
Yeah.
just went right back to it.
Yeah.
And it was just the most beautiful relationship to
Yeah.
witness. Like
Yeah.
they were so attuned to one another. And it was so beautiful. Um, but there was um, this other instance that was so magical. I had a patient years ago, and from a birth trauma that she experienced when she was born,
Mhm.
she had left-sided paralysis.
Oh.
And so we were just trying to find, what's going to work best for you for this baby to nurse if you can't have this left arm to support. And so we found a comfortable position where that baby could just really use his mama's body
Uh,
to stabilize himself, and she would use her right arm. And that baby just found his way to get to that left breast and nurse, and she was able to do that. And
oh, wow.
it was just such a beautiful moment. Like this baby knows exactly what to do and is
Mhm.
totally fine without his mother's left arm holding him,
Yeah. Yeah.
like it was just really nice.
Somebody else might have said long ago, "Well, sorry,
You shouldn't breastfeed. Yeah.
you shouldn't feel guilty. You can't breastfeed because you have
Yes.
piece of one arm."
Right? Right?
Yeah.
yeah, like this is going to be hard for you. So yeah,
So many magical moments you see as
yeah,
a lactation
you
consultant
do.
in
You
birth
really do.
work. It's just incredible.
Yeah,
Really is.
it is. It's an honor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want moms to enjoy their maternity leave because most of them are working. It's rare that moms aren't returning to work. That is just the world we live
That
in.
is the world we live in.
And that's okay. That's the way it is. Let's not fight it. Let's lean into it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoy it,
Yeah.
you know?
A lot of roles to take on, but while you're at home,
Honor this
honor
time
this time.
and honor how big it is
Don't
and how
put your
hard it
head too
is.
far ahead
Yes.
on the returning to work. Like
Yes.
that, you will be a completely new and different person by the time that happens.
Yes.
That
That's a whole different
is
stage of this.
that you will have good, you will know what you're doing when you get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What a fantastic conversation we've had.
Yeah.
I'm
It's,
so glad we did this. I'm so glad we had to redo this.
I
I feel like we
know.
hit on some things a little bit deeper and a
Yeah.
little bit more,
Yeah.
like we kind of got to the point
Yeah.
a lot better, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope so.
Would you like to do any shout outs to anybody or anything?
No, just, I spent the first half of my career in the hospital setting, and then I worked in a pediatric office, serving moms and babies with lactation. And now I'm exclusively doing home care and
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I can be found just journeyfed.com,
Awesome.
just it'd be my honor and pleasure to come into your home and serve you. And home visits are where it's at. Like that's also, you don't know how to breastfeed when you leave the hospital. Like your milk isn't even in.
You
You
cannot learn everything you need to know
No, the learning
in that
begins at a
very short period of time.
very short period of time. So give yourself some grace. Like you're going to go home and you're going to learn a lot about yourself and your baby. And me and Carrie, because Carrie does it too.
I do it too.
We would love to serve you at that stage because
Yeah.
it's really nice to do it in your home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's it. Thanks for listening, Carrie. Thanks for letting me share.
Oh, thanks so much for being
Yeah.
on the story hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Rumina's Story Hour, the Positive Breastfeeding Podcast, is a production of Lactation Arts LLC. Copyright 2025, Carrie York, all rights reserved. Rumina's Story Hour, Carrie York, RN, IBCLC, and Lactation Arts LLC, in hosting this podcast, inform you that this is for informational and entertainment purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. I am a nurse and lactation consultant, but I'm not your consultant unless you have signed legal paperwork and we have an established agreement. If you are struggling with your own health or your child's health, seek help from your doctor, pediatrician, midwife, or lactation consultant today. In the case of an emergency, stop listening and call 911. We respect the choices and paths of all individuals. We promote the fine art and lactation practice of Carrie York and Lactation Arts LLC, but are not affiliated with any other company and have no other conflicts of interest to declare. We are compliant with the WHO Code of Marketing Breast Milk Substitutes and do not take advertisements from companies who are code violators. You can learn more about the art that Carrie makes at carrieyork.com. Follow me on Instagram at Carrie York, CarrieYork _Lactation Arts, or purchase art from my Etsy shop, Carrie York, CarrieYork .etsy.com. My private lactation practice is found at lactationarts.com. Thank you for listening and welcome to our community.